Hello and welcome to the channel. For those any new view any new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. And as for any new viewers, if you like the video, like, comment, or subscribe. Tell me what you think of the video. But let's get on to the topic at hand. All right. I've done Barians. I've done Catty Catherine. But I still have yet to do another one of my favorite characters, which is Blair Flanagan. I think that's how you say her name. Hold up, let me make sure. Okay, it's Blair Flanagan. And the deck we're looking at today is Maiden in Love. One of the coolest concepts, and plus, it kind of coincides with one of my favorite cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So here's the breakdown of the deck. We got Maiden in Love, the skill, half the attack, half the damage taken involving Maiden in Love. Very good if you know how to work that. We got one chocolate magician girl. We running the dark magician girl engine, but without her in it. We got 3 Maiden in Loves, because we need to get her out, because she's our win condition. We have 1 Berry Magician Girl. We have 3 Apple Magician Girl. And we have 3 Lemon Magician Girl. We have 1 Monster Reborn. You can replace this with Power Guardians to strengthen the deck even more. It might even make it even stronger. I just like low power Yu-Gi-Oh! So you can replace this with Power Guardians if you want to. We have 3 Cupid's Kiss. We have 2 Happy Marriage. You can also replace these 2 for the other 2 Power Guardian spots. But I just want to be anime accurate with this deck, honestly. So, since she did use Happy Marriage, and it does say the equipped monster gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters you control that were owned by your opponent. That's very important for this deck. So, and you want her to gain as much power as possible. So if Power to Guardians isn't enough, if you take like an opponent's monster, for instance, that has like a 3,000 attack, you can give that 3,000 to Maiden in Love by just using her ability, which is this attack position card can't be destroyed by battle, but can be destroyed by card effect, which is kind of sad to me. After damage calculations, if this card is attacked, place 1 maiden counter on that monster that attacked this card. And this works with the win condition for this deck. You want to take up your opponent's monster and beat them with their own creature. This is where Cupid's Kiss come in place. At the end of the damage step, if the equipped monster you control attacks if an opponent's monster with mating counter, and you took battle damage, take control of that opponent's monster. It's not temporary; it's a permanent thing. But this does end if this card leaves the field, and they do return to their owner. Zama the Spirit. Just to have 1 extra monster in the deck, just because, it's good to have something like that. And plus, when it's destroyed, it deals damage based off the attack of the monster that destroyed it. by battle, not card effect. So as you can see, this deck is very weak to card effect, which isn't the best, but that's why I said it's low power Yu-Gi-Oh! This isn't supposed to be a meta defining deck. It's just supposed to be fun. And then we have two defense maidens, the last of the three support cards for the deck in Maiden in Love. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on a monster you control, you can target one Maiden in Love you control, switch the attack. You can switch the attack to that target instead. So basically you want to redirect the attack to Maiden in Love so that it gets that maiden counter, and then it goes to your side at the end of their turn because they attacked into it. Meanwhile, Maiden in Love has to be equipped with Cupid's Kiss for it to work. Now for the extra deck, we got Sky Cavalry. He's here for the bounce, for hand bouncing, annoying cards. Number 45. He's good for the negating, for the card negation. Do you have Shining Elf? He's here for that minor, for both to help out another extra deck monster in case you need to get that one counter on another one. And on top of that, he can also he has the ability to lower attack by 500 if a monster was your opponent special summons or normal summons a monster other than the damage step. Again, like why did they have the other than damage step? I don't get it. You can detach one material, and that card loses 500, aka the monster they just played, making them less likely to attack. It's good to do that to like cards that are weak and you know your opponent want to charge into you with them. Then we have Drop in the Leader. It's a level modulator and a card popper at the same time. Very good for this deck. It needs all the support it can get to make things happen. And this is why Shining Elf is in there, because this one gets one counter when it is played, and then another counter when a spellcaster is special summoned next to the arrow it is pointed to. That arrow points to. Now those 6 right there, there's 2 of him in the deck. As for these last 3 link monsters, these are just my choice to play them because I just wanna. I nerfed myself by doing this, but you don't have to put them in the deck. You have this one, which is basically just powering up all light monsters. This right here is supposed to give your Maiden in Love a bit more power. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Not too much. And Dark Monster lose 400. And then if this card is destroyed, add 1 light monster from your graveyard to your hand, aka Lemon or Maiden in Love. Linker Bell. Now this one you can take out. I really don't know why I put Linker Bell in. I think it's just the star theme I was going for. You can replace the 2 Linker Bell in this deck with any of the other extra deck monsters. If that you choose to, that's up to you. Now, I'm not going to I want to get more in detail with them, so Now from now on, I'm be doing like stuff like not examples, but promo, like showing of what the deck can do type videos. And I'm going to do them against NPCs because a lot of my decks are low power, meaning they only have a 50% win rate, which is not the best in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm pretty sure you would rather play something else. Now, if I do have a meta defining deck, oh, here's the start. Let me got a commentary here. This is a good hand. I do misuse it. Like there is all the strategies in this to you. I just didn't want to think too much when it came to this part. Well, can I say this? Why does she not have a cut scene with Maiden in Love? It like that's her ace monster. She even has the dramatic intro for Maiden in Love, but they don't give her actual ace monster a cutscene. It will be so cool to have a cutscene for Maiden in Love. Maybe if she was more popular, they would do that because I noticed they do that for more popular cards. But then you have to take into account like um you have to take into account that the Vampire Lord got a cutscene. See what I mean? But the thing is, the person that actually used Vampire Lord is a vampire from GX, not Kaiba. And I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It's been a long time since I've watched like OG Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't believe Kaiba actually used Vampire Lord. And if he did, it wasn't the main thing, one of the main cards he used, you know? And by the way, this deck right here is weak against this deck for some reason because of the that card he has. Labyrinth of Nightmare. Basically, once per turn, all face-up monsters change battle position, and that's not good for this. It's like something a card like that is not good to go against this deck because Maiden in Love, like I said, you can add Poverty Guardians, but I chose not to. Without it, can be destroyed very easily. And she prefers to be in attack position face up so you can take damage to activate her ability. But if she's not in that state, she's basically just a, a big helpless fish out of water. So, yeah. I can't say I didn't lie. I'm very honest. But I'm glad that this was a good example of the good parts and bad parts of this deck. I'm glad I had this type of fight though. What I'm trying to do here is he plays another one later, but I'm trying to get rid of that thing so I can do to get my end board. I think I did it in the replay, but after that replay, that was the only time I ever got my end board. Every other time I won by other means with the deck, but my goal is to always win with Maiden in Love because I want that to be my win condition. If I don't, I consider it a loss for me. I don't know why. Very hard on myself. That's very true. This is very valid. This is a very valid argument. and you want him to be played next to Daybreaker, because he helps Daybreaker by giving him a tilt, giving him something. And if you play something next to his arrow, specifically on that Pacific side, you can modulate the level of that monster when special summoned to make it a level 2, and then play one of the other level 2s in the deck and get out one of your Xyz monsters. So that way, the other monsters can be used. And if you want to add some other level Xyz monsters to this deck, I say keep it at adding the other level you can add of rank you can add is remember 3, because that's also your most consistent pull with Apple. Like I said, I didn't do all that because I just want to keep it anime accurate as possible, but I had to add some stuff she didn't use just in case. But this is not full power version of this deck. But if you stay to the end, I actually will show full power, the full version of this deck if you want to see that. I just want to show show this one as is first. The way I play it. Here I just was filling around, trying to just clear the board. I was hoping to get into another one of those other ones, but it didn't work out that way. The other Daybreaker, I was trying to get other Daybreaker, but I forgot the limitation of this little guy right here. And this bunny became my worst nightmare. I asked this before, like, but dang, is it me or are these NPCs just strong? I don't know. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but my goodness, strategies they use, I would see at like bronze level, and that's saying something. Bronze, if you take out meta decks, best to say. That's the best way to put it. That card, if I was playing against it, really gave me an idea actually for a deck I might want to play. Here's the other equip setup right there. And that was that game. Now let me go show you the my version of the optimized version. Might not be yours. Trying to throw in some things here and there. I'm actually trying to try out a new format for these because I actually have a version of almost every deck. Let me first copy this one over to another one. Okay, there we have to go to. By the way, I do find this build a bit boring because it's very straightforward. There is no complexity to it. I'm just stating this. Might want to play one more Shining Elf, and then as for the Exceeds I don't really have. I have a lot of Exceeds. It's one of my favorite seasons. Not one of my favorite seasons. It's one of my favorite mechanics. I use it all the time. You can use for that last spot right there. More like, let's just go by this right here. You like for that last spot, you can do like anything. Just like make it maybe 1 giga brilliant. Why not? 1 giga brilliant, anything, any one of these. Just let me just pick one. That Leviathan Dragon. No. But yeah, that's somewhat the full power. 2 different rank 3s, 3 rank 2s. Maybe, and then you just took out the small star. Then you changed it low. You traded out the power up cards for Power of the Guardians. And then you traded out that one trap for one more defense maiden so you can pull it better. That's really the full power of this deck. Full powered version of this deck. But with that being said, If you like the video, like, comment, or subscribe. And I see you on the flip side. Peace.